Good morning and welcome to Think About Thursday, and you are at Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast. We're here for you today, and we're going to make it simple and sweet. Happy summer, everyone. We're grateful for being able to share our summer with you. As the weather gets hotter, we are so looking forward to your news of what you will be doing this summer. What are you all planning on doing this summer? We'd love to take your call today to find out how you're going to spend your summer. We hope it's going to be something that is going to be fun, exciting, maybe the same thing, and maybe not. We want to hear from you today. Lines are open as you and I are discussing summer. I'm grateful for summer month. What are you grateful for as you start your summer off? Good morning, Trish. What are you all grateful for?
Good morning.
What are you all grateful for? What are you grateful for or thankful for? Hello?
I am grateful for feeling better this morning. I wasn't feeling well for the past 2 days, but I feel better this
Glad
morning.
to hear that. We are so glad to hear that. As you all are approaching summertime, may your summertime be one of good memories. We'd like to say, though, just as a precaution, because there will be pools and swimming centers, please watch the kids. Please watch the kids. Safety while having fun is always best. So we want to put that out there. Our information as to how to find us, as Trish puts it up every morning, you will see it in the video. And if you want to call in, our lines are open at 661-503-8993. You want to be live with us? All you have to do is click on where you can find us. We're on Facebook. We are on live for you right here, right now. Here's a fun to-do workshop project. Think about this. Let's find out what your summer looks like. You see the picture in the back. It is resemblance of a sun. Be creative in making your suns. And if you don't know what your summer is going to be, create one that you'd like it to be. And on your sun rays or sunflowers, your flowers of things, be creative however you do it. Let's label what we'd like to do. Good morning, Ray. And thank you for being here. We welcome all of you to our podcast. So, the assignment is to create a summer. And as you label your sun rays or your flower petals, however you're going to make it, create a summer. We're going to do a fun drawing. And they're always good because sometimes you've got to feel what summer looks like. And you all are pretty good about drawing. You're pretty good about expressing yourself through emotion. So we're looking forward to seeing what they look like. And if you care to, send them to us so that we can share them with others. If you're brave enough. We'd like to say happy summer. What are you all doing for the summer? Anybody have any plans? Any plans?
Yeah, I hope I get to go see my grandparents this time. They always visit us, but hopefully this summer I get to go see them. That's my plans for the summer.
Nice, nice. And we want to hear from you guys. I've already uh, did some summer things. I have went to Utah, uh, kind of announced before summer. I was going on a cruise, and that took a turn for something different. So I'm going to find some fun things. Summer has always been one of adventure, one that gives me a little freedom to be able to relax more. I don't know if it's the weather outside or if it's just because I like summer. What do you guys like about summer? Summer is a time for me to kick back and visit the beaches. I visit the public parks in a different kind of way. Um, in Utah, there's park after park after park. I can't seem to get enough of it. And I'm going to do some photo shooting. I've been getting away from that a lot. If you want to see my work, it's my photos photography. Any kind of my photo photography written as one word belongs to me. And that spelling is MYFOTOZ, photography. And you can see that on my personal Instagram pages. And you can also see it on any social media. So racist. And keep your comments coming, guys. We love to hear from you. You create liveliness, I should say. Ray says I would probably enjoy getting back to driving and maybe head to a beach or something. Also been sitting and taking in the beauty of nature recently. Love that. Love that. Love that so much. Also, guys, I want to tell you that you can click onto our page and join the conversation anytime that you like. It's real important that you know that. Oh, what am I doing? Sorry about that, Ray. I am sorry about that. Trish, are you still there? Yeah,
Yes, I
that is
am.
Doing some technical difficulty here. Bringing it up on myself. So, how do we feel about summer? Is summer a good time for you? Sometimes we find that there might not be people who are summer people. I want you to think about when you do your projects, what color does summer feel to you? When we get into the emotion of things, we want you to realize that sometimes emotions are not as easy as everybody thinks. Everybody is at different levels, so we give you the opportunity in our expressions through art to be able to have a sensory, just like we do with early child development, giving them sensory for what it feels like. For me, summer feels wet because I know that I'm going to go to the beach. I know that I'm going to get ice cream, so it feels wet, sticky, and fun. I think about flip-flops. I love wearing flip-flops, and that's probably why I have the foot problem I have. Ray says his color is yellow because it's always sunny. I like that, Ray. You guys can come on in and join us as a group. Also, did you know for Think About Thursday, I want to give you some information that will be useful to you. Did you all know that Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast does not just end with a podcast, but you're able to get a one-on-one conversation with me. Anything that you want to say in private is held in private, or you can join in the group just like this one. But in order to get the one-on-ones, if you want that, okay, you can call me directly on our Vibe Talk Facing the Lion Direct Connect. Once again, that number is 661-503-8993. Or you can connect with us through our social media and we give you an appointment. Must have video connection. Why do we do that? So that we're not talking to a robot. I notice there's a lot of AI and a lot of progression with videos, so we want to make sure that we're really dealing with the real person, and I want you to realize that you are working with a certified life coach. We'll also give you referrals for whatever town, city, and state that you live in. If you feel like this summer is going to be one of renewing yourself, discovering yourself, rediscovering yourself, or even finding the you that you are. We want you to think about that as you enter summer 2024. So as we talk about summer, let's think about some things that we could do. Now, summer is going to be a time for most parents that the kids are home. And I remember when I was a kid, I probably drove my mother crazy. I'm going to ask her if I drove her crazy during the summer. I'm going to call her up. I wish I could call her now. um, but I don't want to put her on the spot. It would be funny to do it, but she would not like that. But I want to know if summer is challenging for you guys, you parents. What are you going to do? Do you know about the local towns and cities in which you live in, the outside museums that are basically right in your backyards? I want to point attention to art. How many of you love art? Yeah.
I do.
And by the way, thank you guys for sending in the um, pictures, Ray and Trish. So right here, right now, you guys can always send in pictures. We do what is called art through expression. Or excuse me, I said that backwards. Expression through art. This is letting your hair down. You becoming the best version of yourself through art. And I love it because you guys have such great minds. And I'm not an artist, but I will try to create something. Um, I'm so glad that you all chose to use Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast as a way to help you to be able to connect with your emotions and your thoughts and your feelings. How many of you knew that color expresses an emotion? And the reason why I asked that is because, Ray, you said yellow. And you said that yellow was a color that you use because it's always sunny. So here you stated that when I asked the first question, that yellow because it's always sunny. And it's interesting that you said that and you related it to an experience of the sun. We've all experienced the sun, right? And yellow is a happy color. In fact, I chose this design from the internet because I love the color of orange, and it just reminded me of the sun. It best described the sun. It kind of looks like a sun. By the way, if you're doing any kind of a sun, be creative with what your summer looks like and feels like. I'm going to tell you something. When you do early child development, they have a sensory. I learned so much, and Trish, you're probably learning this too as you're taking courses for that, that they're going to tell you why they do certain projects. If it's water play, it's going to be able to help children understand what it feels like. They can describe it to you. I always like that, doing that. Um, Sand is another thing. I've seen some beautiful artwork with sand. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Anybody? Yeah.
I do.
What am I talking about, Trish? With the sand art.
I don't know if we're talking about the same thing, but I've seen sand art where you put sand on the board and then you make, birds or any kind of
That's
nature with the sand. That's what I
exactly
see.
what I'm talking about. So beautiful. So beautiful to be able to do artwork like that. So sand paintings, yes, Ray. Boy, you guys are a lively group today. We want you all to come on in and think about your summer. If you want to call in, please do that. Um, Sand, I think about too. Here's a thing that I like. And we're just talking amongst ourselves today because it's the first day of summer officially, if it's the 20th, and we're getting into summer. So we want to brighten up your day today. When I go to the beach, I love to dig my feet in the warm sand. How many of you know what that feels like? Yeah.
I do.
So what's that feeling like for you? Good morning. What's that feeling of walking through the sand barefoot feel like?
It feels relaxing to me. It feels like I'm like you said earlier, letting my hair down. That's how it feels like. It feels so relaxing and
Yeah.
it's fun.
So I like to do that. One time I did a photo shoot at the beach. And I think I was having a lot of fun because there I get to be me and I get to do the photography. And I had my shoes off. We did a lot of wet scenes. We did a lot of dry scenes. So it was putting my shoes off, taking them, putting them on. The beach in your local state, if you've got beaches, please go visit them. Even if you don't like the sand, just kind of get used to it. Um, I got a chance just 2 days ago, 3 days to be near the beach. I was there for a spiritual convention that I enjoyed very much, 3 days. And on Friday, after uh, our first session, I went to dinner with some friends and we kind of walked around. And I love the atmosphere. Warmer nights you're going to have. But if you are anywhere within reason, please go check out your local beaches. Lakes. I love the lake. Can you hear the sound of the lake and the creeks? You know, I had the opportunity to visit Utah, some friends there, and I'm going to tell you something about the lake. If you are in or anywhere near a lake or a creek or stream, go visit it. In fact, Ray got to share some pictures with Ray. Um, and that's another thing. If you come into Vibe Talk, you're going to get to know me. And Ray got to see some beautiful things. Send us your pictures. I'm going to read a comment. Ray says it feels like a bunch of small hens tickling your feet, but very relaxing, like flowing in the ocean, which I also enjoy. Hold on. Although salt water don't taste good. Yeah, you're right about that. And here's another thing I dislike is when seaweed wraps around your ankle. That is creepy to me, that feeling. We are talking about emotions and feelings, and we can do that at any time, anywhere. We're talking about summertime. What are you all going to be doing in the summer? Many people will play catch up. Many people will stay home. But because of the sun that's so inviting, I encourage you, get out, get out and play. When you look back at your childhood, what's your favorite memory of summer? Anybody have a favorite memory of summer? Anybody? Well, I'll start with Maury. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say my favorite memory of summer is when I was about 14. We played baseball. It was very fun. That's my
Love
favorite memory.
that. I can remember drinking out of water hoses, summertime, staying out. That was, of course, we did our chores first. And I remember uh, my cousin, my cousin and I would always hang out every summer. And he moved closer to the area that we lived in, and that was just a blast. Him and I had so much fun. Um, we would walk all over the town, buy bag full of candy and all kind of goodies, and we called ourselves going to free summer camp. And we were the type of kids, just back then it was safe to be able to do that. And my mother let me do it with him because he was a boy and he could protect me. And we would walk. If we didn't like what the summer camp was doing that day, because I was on the girls section and he was in the guys section, and uh, we would meet up and say, "You want to leave?" We would just come and go as we pleased. Of course, now you can't do that. But we would do that, and we'd go every day just to see what they were gonna do. And if they weren't having any excursions, we didn't wanna stay. So we would roam the neighborhoods and go to the store, and we would walk all over town, and that was fun to us. I can deeply remember that. If you've got a favorite childhood memory from summer, we want you to share it with us. Trish is going to be able to put this on our YouTube. We'll use that as a community board for you to be able to express yourselves. Um, Ray says, got dunked in a pool when I was 8. How was that for you, Ray? Because I know when it happened to me, it created for me not swimming. As much as I love the ocean, I am afraid to swim because I was thrown in a pool when I was probably about that age. And I'll tell you why. Because I said I could swim. You know how kids want to show off. And I said, I can swim. And so I got thrown in the pool. And I'm always the one, even now, that gets knocked in the pool. Because I'm always joking around with people. But I'm always the one that will get knocked in the pool. And I can't swim. So, summer, we want you to build memories. Here's a thought, since today is Think About Thursday. If you've got camera phones, and everybody has a camera phone, here's something fun you could think about. Start snapping pictures of something in the summer that you're thinking about. Perhaps you like sunsets, sunrise. Perhaps you're going to think about summer things. When I think about summer, I think about the sand, the beaches, the summer seashells. I remember that my youngest son and I, we used to find different rocks. Find different rocks and find different shales. Through the years, they have been lost. Um, just doing fun things. Make a memory. You know, we did a U jar. Do you guys remember the U jar that we did? You can turn those U jars into something very special. If you like seashells, you and your family can build seashells. You can also find rocks that you could paint as a project. Did you know that you could build a rock garden? Yes, you could. For the summer, build your garden of rocks by simply getting and collecting rocks and painting on them. Flowers, inspirational quotes, and even just painting them in different colors. Is that an idea? I'll say. Ray says start in my little cousin's years later, but it was fun and scary. Yeah. We know how boys play. I've been a victim of boys play. And it was scary. But we'd get over it and go back out. Here's another fun memory. Making frozen treats. How many of us have done that? You have juice in the refrigerator and you pour it into your ice cubes or pour it into your cups. You were going to say something, Trish?
Yes, I was. I was gonna say that, yeah, me and my mom, we make frozen treats all the time during the summer.
And I'll tell you what, it saves you a lot of money because, you know, you see people, and again, you hear me say Starbucks a lot. Yeah, I'm not the Starbucks goer, but you can take recipes and make them up yourself, and your kids can have a ball with that, and they'll learn how to make up the ice treats for themselves. But again, we use precaution because I don't want anybody to say, well, Vibe Talk, Facing the Lion podcast gave us the idea. Watch your little ones with the ice because the ice could get stuck. We want you to have fun. Um, Cubes for ones that are under 5 may not be the best idea, but making them a solid drink that they can hang on to and watch it melt, and you can be very creative with that. Here's another summer fun. Ice cream. You know, they say they have 31 flavors, but did you know the ice cream has many flavors? Many flavors. And I'm going to find out right now how many flavors actually are there. How many flavors? Flavors of ice cream. Ice cream are there? We can learn something. Okay. Because we know that there are too many to count. I can tell you that. Too many to count. What is your favorite ice cream? And Ray says, you had me at ice cream. My favorite snack besides popcorn. Can you think of a flavor? Name a flavor. We're going to have fun today. I think of strawberry. Chocolate,
Mint chocolate chip.
mint chocolate chip? Okay. And Ray says vanilla. You can do all kind of things with ice cream. If you're going to do ice cream, you can add your own toppings. And if you don't like ice cream, there's always other frozen treats. Yogurt, popsicles, sorbet, sherbet. The list goes on and on. Well, there are many flavors of ice cream. If you could create a flavor of ice cream, what would yours be? If you could create one. Mine would definitely be a margarita champagne. And it would be peach. What would you create? We are motivating the minds to give some thought. What would your flavor be? Something to think about, isn't it? When we think about ice cream, we have so much to choose from. And whether you like it in a cone or a cup, myself, I love the sweet waffle cones. It's like hugging the ice cream. How about you guys? How do you like your ice creams? Nobody? Nothing?
No, it's like I'm trying to think of it, but I like my ice cream. I don't really like the cones
Uh-huh.
like that. I like my ice cream in a bowl. But if I had to create my own ice cream, I would make it a vanilla lime and with the topping layer of cookies and cream. That's what
Yummy.
would be mine.
Yummy. Did you guys notice I made mine into a drink? Yeah. There's fat free, none dairy. If you are not worried about the calories, you can have regular, but the ice cream list goes on and on. I'm looking up how many flavors of ice cream are there. Well, it doesn't give me a specific number, but I'm going to say too many to count. Too many to count. Wow, we're just, there's homemade ice cream. I'll tell you another favorite of mine when I was a kid. My mother made us homemade ice cream. Nowadays, you can go and almost buy that machine out of a store, but my mom, I used to remember her cranking the thing because I used to always ask if I could turn the handle. That's another idea you could do is make homemade ice cream. In fact, I do have, you know what? I do have an ice cream maker and I bought it and I never use it. I'm going to try that. Ray says his ice cream would be plain or mixed strawberry and chocolate. That sounds delicious. Here's another thing I like, and you can basically do this treat: shaved ice. How many of you have had shaved ice? Anybody?
I have. We just got an ice shaver too. That's crazy that you
Really?
said that.
Well, here's a mix, because, you know, you can use that shaved ice for just about anything. You can use it with a food coloring flavor. You could use it with soda and mix up ice cream. But there is a place in our town that's called Shaved Ice. I recommend it if you have a shaved ice store. Go visit it. Root beer floats. How many of you like root beer floats? Speaking of ice cream. Speaking of ice cream. I like root beer floats. Am I the only one here that likes root beer floats?
I never had one.
Really? Oh my goodness. So for those of you who have never had one, try it. Try it. It's exciting. It's fun. Usually I will go. We have Der Wiener Schnitzel here, and I love their chili dogs. Always have and always will. And I'll tell you what, I always get mine with more ice cream in it, and it's so yummy. A cool, refreshing treat. How many ice cream flavors can you name? Creativity. You know, a lot of us in the summertime, we are stuck on what to do. What are we going to do with the kids? I didn't like mine in summer camp all the time. Even though now you have many resources where you can get in your children into paid programs that the government or your state will donate money for them to go to the boys club, YMCA girls club. I always wanted to make sure that their time was filled. So because I was a teacher, I was off when they were off. I did not work summer months. Sometime I may have gotten a student or two that I had to bump up ahead because they were so far behind, or the enrichment program that I had for them. But I wanted to be home with my kids. So what to do? What to do? Because kids love amusement park. Not every parent can take their children to amusement parks. They're very expensive. So, what do you do? Did you know that you could broaden their horizons by making your own version of what an amusement park would be like? It's your idea. I've seen it done, and it's like, wow, that was very creative. Get involved with the kids. If you want your kid to join a reading program, they've got a lot of reading programs and book clubs out there. Because by the time summer is done, you know what happens? Kids forget everything. How many of you had forgotten when you were a kid, while you were on summer break, the things that you learned? Anybody out? Anybody? Yeah.
I have.
So get your kids involved in reading. They can start their own book club. Kids love to be on the computers. Make it their worthwhile. They can build their own book club. Let's say they've got 3 friends that love to read, and they like to read about Star Wars. They can start their own book club. They can build adventure. They can build art projects. They can create uh, uh, movie scenes and still get the level of reading that you want them to have. Ideas? Anybody have ideas because summer is a blast. We know that the parents are going to spend time camping around a campfire. Anybody got a barbecue pit? You can actually build a self-contained fire, and I'm going to say this with caution. If you've got a fire pit, make sure that it is safely contained so you don't burn down wherever you're living. And you can do that right in your own vicinity. But you gotta be safe because we want your memories to be one of fun. I had someone to ask me, what should they do for fun? Of course, you always know I don't like to tell people what they should do, just giving suggestions. They took the suggestion of stargazing, and they got back to me, and you know what they said? My granddaughter loved that idea. Stargazing. There's many of you out there that are science explorers. And if you've got a pair of binoculars, because a lot of people will go out and they will go and buy these really expensive gears just to see the stars. I'll tell you what, you can be really thrifty. Go get a pair of binoculars, have a fun night, stargazing. It's a beautiful time to connect with your children about creation and naming the stars, and you'd be surprised. How many of you like s'mores? Anybody like s'mores? Like s'mores?
I do.
S'mores. That's summertime fun. When's the last time you all had a good s'more? I did probably 2 weeks ago. I wanted to show my grandson how to make a s'more. So we made s'mores. And he absolutely loved them. Ray says, I had a, what is that, Ray? Oh, telescope.
Telescope.
Thank you, Ray, because that I was looking for that word. When I was younger, yeah, people will go out and go buy these telescopes. Now, if you're going to do stargazing, the short way to do it, if you don't have a telescope, get a pair of binoculars, okay? Seriously. Um, I encourage you, please, because you'll strike up conversations and health tips. Summer is a time where everybody's gonna jump in the pool. Everybody's gonna be by the pool. You can even do an emergency night where you can show how to do CPR and then take a CPR class as a family. Because you know what we think about? Everybody's having fun, but there's always so many emergencies that have happened. And we don't want your summer 2024 to be one of regret. Watch smaller kids, because you take your eye off of them for 1 second and it can change your whole life. Watch kids. Don't run around the pools for the younger ones. Here's the thing too. After you eat, don't get in the pool because you're going to have stomach cramps. Keep fire away from them. Don't let them start the fire. in your fire pits, because children will oftentimes mimic what they see the adults do, and it can be something gone very wrong. And if nothing else, always keep an emergency kit. Okay? See a lot of kids in the pool. Just play safe. That's what we can encourage you to do. But CPR, how many of you have taken a CPR class before? I have. Anybody? You will, if you're in teaching, you will be taking a CPR class. It's a requirement if you're doing any kind of teaching, any kind of daycare, because you must know how to protect. And camping. Anybody going camping? Did you know that you could camp right in your backyard? Ray says he's CPR certified. Great job. How did you like taking that class, Ray? Did you like it? Trish, are you still there? You can add in as well. CPR certification is very good. In fact, I need to do a summer class this summer. I'm going to be doing that. What's on your list for the things you want to do for summer? You know, let's be people that create ideas. Sometimes we spend so much money in keeping the kids happy, but there can be happier times right in your own backyard. The same person that asked me about a list of things to do for their grandchild said they had to actually clean up their backyard. Maybe you can do that in excitement for getting ready for something like that. Depending on your children. Camping. You want to go camping? I'll tell you. I did this idea with my youngest son. He absolutely loved it. And he had 5 boys over. They had a great time. And you can get tents, or they can make forts. Boys love to do that kind of stuff. If you've got any brothers, if you've got sons, uncles, you already know. They're experts at building forts. But they got a tent. We had a tent. It was big enough for the 5 boys to be in together. They had a beautiful time and didn't want to go home. So what could you do? What will you do for the summer? We never know that summer can be an eye-opening thing. Get out, let the sun feel you. And may you feel that sun. It's so important, guys. We're going to be right back with Trisha's Treasure. We're talking about summer, and it's all about and nothing but summer. We'll be right back. Your co-host for Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast. And here's where to find us in our information. We do accept donations. You can send it to our Cashapp, which is Vibe Talk Face the Lion. You can send us voice messages as well through Spotify and our direct connect, which is 661-503-8993, which is the first information that you'll see on our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is also the first resource
posts that we're doing. Instagram mostly promotes the positive quotes and reels of our podcast and our radio show, which is Vibe Talk After Dark Radio Show, which happens Saturday nights. Does have a specific time, and our slogan is "What song can we play for you?" And that is also hosted by our host of Vibe Talk Facingthelionpodcast podcast. You can find most of that on iHeartRadio and our Spotify.
We're back. And we're going to turn it over to Trish for her segment of Trish's Treasures. Trish?
I love summer. Summer is like a holiday for me, a holla month, and holla months for me because it's like I never get to see most of my family, and during the summer I get to see them a lot, and that's I only get to see them mostly on holidays. But summers, it's like I get to see them, and it makes me happy. That's why I love summer so much. And summer is also the season of me doing things that I didn't do during my school term or during the other seasons. And I take summer as my time off. It's like a long day off. It's like vacation for me. So for this summer, I've been focusing on myself and my music and reflecting a lot. And this is my relaxation time too. So when I say during my school term, I don't have time to relax and think about where I'm going next or things like that or how I'm feeling. I just got to get this work done. Summer is the time for me to make all the time for me. So, whatever your summer is, I know there are boring summers as well. I've been there sitting in the house and saying, what is there to do for the summer? I don't know what I'm going to do. And my dad would randomly tell us like, you know, stop sitting down, go outside, find something to do. He'll always tell us that when we were younger. And when it seems like we have nothing to do, but once we go outside, we make something of it. Like I made mud pies during summer. That's old me when I was younger. Made lots of mud pies. I found frogs, turtles, and grasshoppers. I've been into nature, and there's lots of things to do outside during the summer. And uh keep in mind when you're outside during the summer, always stay hydrated. There is also dehydration during the summer, so be cautious of that as well because as someone who has gotten dehydrated and passed out, I don't want that to happen to anyone else. So please be hydrated and enjoy your summer. When it seems like there's nothing to do, there is something to do. All you have to do is open the door, go outside, and find it. It's right there.
Thank you for that, Trish. Trish's Treasure. You want to hear more of Trish's Treasures? Go visit our YouTube. Check her out. Check out her music. She's doing her thing. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, good reminder, Trish, about the hydration. while we play, we need to feed ourselves water. I am notorious for not drinking enough water. I will drink soda, juice, and all the other stuff, but water really is. You know, my mother always reminds me that our bodies are made up of water. And so we therefore need to put that, what we take out of our bodies, we need to replenish it. She always tells me that. And it amazes me that we are created that way. So we need water, just like we water the beautiful flowers. We need to put that water back into us so that we're hydrated. Don't forget to do that. Get the kids water bottles. Let them stay hydrated. Um, I'm not going to discourage you from drinking soda because I drink soda. I'm not going to discourage you from drinking juice because I love juice. You come to my house, that's what you're going to get. So I'm not going to tell you not to, but keep them hydrated and keep your emergency kit handy wherever you go. And please don't leave them with anybody that has not had CPR training. I'm telling you, we're going to start seeing so much happening. There's already been 2 accidents from in Los Angeles from 2 girls that were visiting, and they got into a boat accident, and both were killed. So our condolences to that family. We're here to help you to have a happy, safe summer. Let us know what you're doing, what you'd like to do, and how your summer was spent. If you got any vacations that you're doing, please, please, and please more. Tell us about them. I want to thank our audience. Ray, thank you so much. I've really been enjoying Ray, who has been in here every day. Thank you so much for your thoughts, Ray. We appreciate you. Trish, thank you. You're an amazing co-host. I know you and we are working hard to create and create more creative ideas. Thank you for that. Go visit our YouTube channel, and tomorrow we'll be back with Finally Friday. We haven't had that in a while. Thanks, guys. Have a good day, and we'll see you next time right here on Vibe Talk Facing the Lion.